To promote my new flower shop, I had one place print my business cards, another print my brochures, and a third, my signs. Now my roses aren't red, my violets aren't blue, my geraniums look dead, and I don't know what to do.
Staples can help your business stand out with signs, banners, and brochures that are a true reflection of your company. And now at Staples, spend $50 or more on print and marketing services and get $5 off your next in-store purchase.
Now my business is blossoming, and I'm spending less green.
Exclusions apply. In-store only. Ends 6/23/18.
Blog Talk Radio.
Caution, the tea is hot. Blow it off first, okay? Dishing tea with Big Meech.
Hello, hello, hello. It's another glorious day, my tea sippers, and you know what time it is. I hope you have all of your crumpets together because it's time to dish the tea. And your dish darlings, with Big Meech.
Can't wait. Time to dish tea with Big Meech. Time to dish tea with Big Meech. Time to dish tea with Big Meech. Time to dish tea with Big Meech.
Darling. And hello out there in Blog Talk Radio land here in the glorious United States and across the globe. Hello to all of my tea sippers in Germany and Italy and France and the Caribbean islands, and to all of you within the sound of my voice. It is another glorious Wednesday, my tea sippers, and I know you have all of your crumpets together because, darlings, it's time to dish tea. You're dishing the tea, darlings, with Big Meats. Hey, babies, what's going on? Oh, it's been a very, very interesting last 7 days since we've been together. Actually, it's been 14 because I wasn't with you last week. I ended up having a hospital stay, and I was not expecting that. However, I was in the hospital for about 6 days, and we are finally preparing for the next wave of surgeries that I have been telling you guys about over the years. So tomorrow, I have to go to my doctors, and we are going to actually put a date where I am going back up under the knife, honey, for what they consider to be possibly an 8-hour surgery for this full abdominal reconstruction surgery that I have to have. We are going up in here very, very positively thinking because, child, I'm tired of them cutting on me. And this is going to be the last time, honey, that we're going to deal with this hernia. You understand? One way or the other, this is the last time that I want to deal, and I'm going to deal with this hernia. Okay. Enough said. All right. The recovery time, they're looking at a recovery time of possibly anywhere between 3 and 6 months. So we have to gear up for all of this, okay? So for those of you who believe in the power of prayer, you know, I'm asking you to touch and agree with me. I don't necessarily pray anymore, honey. I send up praise reports because when praises go up, that blessings come down. So we're going to praise this thing through, and that there is that. But in the meantime, everything is still going on. I am off work. My doctor's got me off work for the moment until after I see him. So tomorrow I get to find out what's what, and et cetera, et cetera. So I've been here going up and down between dealing with the pain of this thing because my stomach is pulling and I got lots, you know, I won't say a lot of pain like I was in the hospital, but it is nerve-wracking. And between that and then I've been nauseous, you know, hell, you would think I was going through some kind of morning sickness or some kind of pregnancy, honey, the way I've been nauseous lately. So that's what's been going on here. So just to be transparent with all of you, this is what I've been going through. And looking forward to the day when all of this is over, we could continue on and move forward with all that I have to do. Okay. Speaking of, we have no time for the pain. The dates have been pushed back because we had some restructuring to do, and then when I went into the hospital, there was some things that we had to do on the set. So we have had to push the dates back. So now we are opening Thanksgiving weekend, which is November 27th, 28th, and then December 4th. So we have 4 shows coming for you on those particular days. We pushed it back, starring the one and only Miss Tenera Lynn Fox, also Mr. Kevin, a.k.a. Flex Dion Moss, is going to be in the cast. And direct from Atlanta's own The Stars of the Century show over at the Jungle, Mr. Damani Hall Dickerson is also a part of this production. So, guys, want you to come on out and to give us a wonderful, wonderful, fabulous array of support for us. Ticket information is online. You go to our website at dishingtea.com to find out how you can become a part of this glorious event, honey. Family ties are shattered and destroyed when fraternal twins Danielle and Eric confront one another on the issues of betrayal, infidelity, and HIV. No time for the pain, honey. We're going to open here in historic College Park, honey, at the South Fulton Arts Center, 4645 Butner Road Southwest. That's right there near Stonewall Tail Road in lovely old historic College Park, honey. If you're familiar with Wolf Creek Amphitheater, we're over there in that vicinity of Atlanta, okay? So for more information, again, please call 248-688-5178. That's 248-688-5178. Or, again, visit the website at dishingtea.com for more information on how you can get your tickets and come on out and support. Now, we do have a fundraiser mixer coming up on October 30th, which is our Tea-Rich Halloween mixer tea party, honey. Come on out and experience that for us, honey. We're going to be there from 7 to 10 where you get to meet the cast, honey, get a little bit of information on what the show is going to be about, and also be dazzled by the talents of Miss Tenera Lynn Fox, Miss Scarletta LaBella Mafia Crenshaw, and also Miss Kiani Imani. Mr. Damani Dickerson is going to be there to perform, and possibly special guest, honey, the one and only Queen of the Witches' Council and Mother of the House of Divinity, Samantha Stevens Divinity, may make an appearance there as well. That depends on what's going on with this doctor tomorrow, child. So, having said all that, honey, come on out. The minimum donation is $5 to come on in. That's at the door, honey, where you can come on in and have a good time with us, okay? So, having said all that, honey, this is a Don't Come Out of a Bag Wednesday. Today's show was titled Stupid Is As Stupid Does, a Don't Come Out of a Bag Wednesday, okay? This is where you get to be my co-host, so whatever is on your mind, I don't care what it is, we could talk about it right here and right now. But the rule is, if you decide to come out of a bag on me, Sugar Plum Apple Blossom, honey, I'm going to come out of a bigger bag on you. Yes, I am, honey. Trust truly and believe me when I tell you, yes, I will. Even if something as simple as just hanging up the damn phone, honey. Okay? Because y'all know I believe this wholeheartedly, honey. Everybody's voice deserves to be heard. If you're living and breathing on this side of creation, your voice deserves to be heard. At the same time, if you decide to come out with some Star Trek bullshit that ain't making sense and don't know how to back it up or don't know how to support your claim, honey, no, we're not going to entertain buffoonery, okay? So, having said all that, just know, darlings, honey, that there is what this is all about, okay? So if you want to come in on the conversation, the number to call is 248, Lord Jesus. Okay, I'm thinking about Detroit, child. The call-in number is 347-205-9183. That's 347-205-9183. Press the number 1 just one time, honey, to let me know you got something to say, and we'll bring you right on in, okay? Now, let me do this. The tea room is open, so if you're listening by computer and want to come on in over there, the tea room is open. Right now it's just me there, so between me working the boards, honey, I'll get over there and say something in a minute. But please, if you're coming on in there and want to dish your tea responsibly, please do. Okay, well, just remember, this is the written word, so sometimes you may be reading something and think somebody's trying to neck roll your, finger snap you, and all that kind of stuff, honey, and that may not necessarily be the case because you're not able to hear their vocal affectations or the inflections in the tones of how they speak. You may think that they're trying to come out of a bag on you, and that may not be. So when you're coming over there, please dish your tea responsibly, darlings. Because if I come in and find you cutting up, honey, I'm going to cut you out. Yes, I will, okay? Now, having said all that, please know that Dishing Tea with Big Meech is for mature audiences, and the language and or subject matters that you hear on this program are not suitable for children or anyone who is not mature and or responsible enough to handle the situations and or subject matters at hand. So your listening discretion is advised. Again, Dishing Tea with Big Meech is for mature audiences, and the language and or subject matters that you hear on this program are not intended for children or anyone who is not mature and or responsible enough to handle the subject matters or the situations at hand. So your listening discretion is advised. Okay, now y'all already know, honey, I have a potty mouth. I make no excuses for it. So, babies, if you are at work and carrying on, this is the time for you to put your headphones on, turn your volume down to a respectful level. If you got children around you, honey, put them in the other room with the other flat screen and let them watch Dora or SpongeBob or Bert and Ernie or Big Bird or Snuffleupagus or I was going to say Dino. Yeah, him too, honey. Dino and Barney and all them children, honey. Because now is the time for the grown and sexy to become the seasoned and sophisticated, my darlings. Okay? So please consider yourselves warned, because none of you bitches will come to me at the Walgreens, the Walmart, honey, the Dollar Tree, the Dollar General, honey. I could be at the MARTA station. I could be at Saks Fifth Avenue, honey. I could be at the Piggly Wiggly. This thing, none of you will come to me and say, honey, I got demerits, I got written up, I got a this, I got a that because of you. I'm not entertaining it, honey. So please consider yourselves warned, okay? Because with what I got to talk about today, honey, I'm telling y'all, honey, I'm going to sit down here and say a bunch of colorful words today. Okay, I might even make up a few. Over here, hey, Road to Stardom, hey, Sugar Plum. Road is over here in the tea room. Baby, I ain't seen you in a minute. Thanks for coming on in. Okay? So having said all that, y'all know I have to get my libation. We got to get all this talk out the way so that when we get into it, we get into it. Again, if you're coming on in, 347-205-9183 is the number to call in, and the name of today's show, Stupid Is As Stupid Does, or Don't Come Out of a Bag Wednesday. Let me take a couple of commercials right now. Let me get my tea, honey. I got some herbal tussin tea, honey. Yes, I do. Mixed with a little green tea, honey, so I can keep my vocal cords together. And then, yeah, so we got to do all that, because once we finish today's show, then we got to bump to the theater and get ready, because we got to go and direct a couple of things and get the show together. So let me take a commercial break right now. When we come back, I'm going straight to the lines if you want to talk and tell you what's on my mind and carry it on. So let me do this, and I will talk to you in just a few moments.
Dishing Tea Entertainment, deliciously exposing your palate to a cornucopia of rainbow-colored dreams and a black-and-white reality, while cultivating the masses through a delicate blend of stage, screen, television, radio, print, and social media initiatives. For more information about Dishing Tea Entertainment, call Big Meech at 404-914-5610 or visit www.dishingtea.com. An educator, an entrepreneur, a poet, an artist. Sharon Williams Dean is Art by Sode, creating beautifully exquisite artwork for your home, business, gifts, or any special occasion. For more information, contact Art by Sode at 313-740-4904 or visit the gallery at www.artbysode.com. That's www.artbysode.com. Double Exposure Media Relations is a full-service public relations, marketing, and artist development firm specializing in urban culture and lifestyle. Spearheaded by the Henry Hingers of hip-hop, Mr. Angelo Ellaby, Double Exposure serves to educate its clients about the dollars and cents of the music industry. For more information about Double Exposure Media Relations, call 201-224-6510. 201-224-6510. Double Exposure Media Relations. If you are looking for irresistible, breathtaking art, you've come to the right place. At Sherwood Forest Art, we carry a large selection of paintings, masks, figurines, and sculptures of both modern, abstract, and representational styles. To see all of our art treasures, visit our showroom today at 19500 Livernois Avenue in Detroit, Michigan. For more information, call 313-340-0411. Sherwood Forest Art, where art talks to us in a language of its own.
Now for the Queen of the Witches Council and the Mother of the House of Divinity, the Tea Witch Wonder herself, Miss Samantha Stevens, Divinity.
Hello there, darlings. Honey, that's my intro, and I wasn't supposed to play that right then, but I fucked up. So I was going to come up in here and try to do it, but I said, never mind, honey, it's a fuck up. So y'all know how I am. If we fuck it up, we just got to keep on going, honey. Keep on going, keep on going. Hey, babies. That's my life, child. That's my life. You hear me? Okay, now that damn thing was supposed to be set. I done set it at the right spot, but y'all know every time I try to be cute, oh, Lord God humbles me in such a way, child. So having said all that, we are back. If you're just tuning in and want to come in on the conversation, honey, the number to call is 347-205-9183. That's 347-205-9183. This is a Don't Come Out of a Bag Wednesday, darling. Yes, well, you are my co-host, okay? And the rules are simple. We can talk about any and everything that's on your mind right here and right now. But if you decide to come out of a bag on me, baby, darling, sugar plum, apple dumpling blossom, I'm going to come out of a bigger bag on you, okay? Now, here's a couple of things that are on my mind that I know is going to get folks talking, okay? First thing, y'all know over the weekend, this past October 10th, which happened to have been my DJ of choice, his friend, honey, Mr. Cecil Get Busy Gibbs out of Detroit, Michigan, who passed on. That was his birthday, and I want to give him a shout-out. He was very responsible. He was responsible for a lot of things that I did, that Samantha did musically, because he put all my music together and this, that, and the other. So just to acknowledge that energy. Cecil, I call your name, baby. I miss you, sugar. But on that day, that was the 25th annual celebration of the Million Man March, and the children went back to Washington. Now, how many of y'all knew that the Million Man March was going on? Number one. Number two, what the hell was it for outside of the commemoration of the last one? Okay. Number three, what happened? You know, we heard nothing about it. You know, there was nothing. We heard nothing about it. There was nothings. And everybody was upset because, you know, folks like BET and a lot of other the media coverage, they didn't get the coverage that they were supposed to have gotten. Well, darlings, perhaps nobody knew about the damn thing, and the few that did know about it, you know, they didn't tell nobody, and this, that, and the third. Now, here's something that's very interesting. On the Internet, there are the children, Dante Morrison, honey. Y'all know I was just on his show. He's on Blog Talk with us, Doing It with Dante. And he said something on his Facebook page that I thought was absolutely monumental. And that is the people that was there, we haven't seen the pictures. We ain't seen shit that y'all did to talk about it. So you mad at the media for not covering it, but y'all who was there have not done anything to put it. Y'all ain't posted nothing anywhere else. So I find that to be a little bit that way, honey. What are your thoughts about that? But then here's something that's very interesting. That I don't know how true this is, but the children sat up there and posted there, and I'm going to put this on my Facebook page as well. There were 9 different pictures that they put up there. These are supposedly the people who run a lot of the television shows and the media and carried on, right? And they put these pictures up there and said, well, this is possibly why it didn't get coverage, because many of these children are ran by Jewish leaders, okay? They're very prominent in the Jewish community, and because they are the powers that be behind a lot of the television shows and the news people and this and all that they're proposing that perhaps they blocked it. Now, someone else also said that in listening to all of this, that folks were trying to put up stuff, and signals got scrambled. This got blacked out, and this, that, and the other. And I find that to be very interesting. Very, 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 very interesting. So my thing to you is this, honey. What are your thoughts about it? Because I have, I'll get into that in a minute. Because, see, I didn't go to the first one, and the second one didn't. Hell, number one, I heard about the 25th anniversary of it. I didn't know they were trying to march. I didn't know they got together to do it. I didn't know what the hell was going on. Now, if you want to see it, because they do have it streamed, you have to go to the nationofislam.org. That's NOI.org, and you can catch it there, okay? And I caught maybe like the first 30 minutes of it, and all of that was the intro and carrying on. You got 15 different people praying, and then, of course, we black folks, so we're going to go into song and shit and all that. So that's as far as I've gotten. I did find out something very interesting. And one of my spiritual mentors from old, Reverend Quabina Rainey Cheeks, he was one of the people who I'm told, they say he was instrumental in orchestrating it, but he also, when he did the pouring of libation, he did something I thought was very revolutionary, and that was he thanked the LGBT community for because we are a part of the African diaspora, okay? I thought that was revolutionary because he, I was wondering how he was going to get that in. But he introduced that and brought that to the table. So I don't know, everything else. I haven't heard the speakers and everything yet. But that's as far as I had gotten. So it's up there on NOI.org. That's Nation of Islam. If you want to catch what happened at the Million Man March. Because I'm trying to understand its significance, actually, this whole 25-year thing. So, again, 347-205-9183 is the number to call in. Press the number 1 if you got something to say. I'm going to come to you in a minute. Another thing that's on my mind, honey, and that there is black folks versus Raven-Simone. Okay, let's go here. Let's go here, children. I'm going to go here. Raven-Simone, honey, y'all know she's one of the new faces on The View, okay? She's the new co-host of Carrying On. And Raven has seemed to have been a thorn in the side of black folks ever since she went on Oprah, and she said to Oprah, kind of like what Tiger Woods said, don't call me necessarily African-American, call me an American because I'm mixed up with a whole bunch of shit. And to say that I'm African-American, honey, only says that it only describes only a part of me. I am an American, okay? That one thing is for sure. So if you're going to label me as an American, okay? And ever since she said that, folks have just been wanting to rake this girl over the coals and carrying on about some of the shit that she says. But the latest thing that got everybody on, the burn this bitch at the stake kind of mode, is when she sat up there and said a couple of days ago that, they were talking about these whole names and, these ghetto-sounding names and carrying on. And her thing was she ain't going to hire nobody with the name of Watermelon Leah or whatever kind of thing. She made up some little name or whatever. And folks have just lost their goddamn mind because she said that. Now, my take on it is a little different. I'm trying not to give my commentary first. I just want to tell you what's on my mind, and then I'm going to come back and give my commentary. Okay, what are your thoughts about that? Okay, does she have a point, or was she completely wrong to say that she would discriminate against somebody with these ghetto-ass names? Again, looking at the social media thing, and I've only looked at Facebook. I didn't look at Twitter because I just don't have the time for all of that, child. But just on what was said on Facebook, the couple things that I read, they sit up there reading her, bitch, your name is Raven-Simone, and you sit up there with burgundy hair. How dare you say that you want to go do this about black folks and blah, 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 blah. Well, Raven-Simone is not no mammy-made fangled name. Raven is hyphenated, Raven-Simone. Those two names, honey, Raven is very exotic. It's a bird, and carrying on, you could actually look it up. It has a definition. Simone is still it's a simple name, still kind of exotic. You know, we know Nina Simone and carrying on is still, and Simone is one of those names that's still kind of whitish, okay? So to say the name Simone or whatever, honey, it's an ambiguous name. But Raven-Simone happens to be, you know, one of these cute little names or whatever. And on top of it, she's an entertainment. Okay, so we don't know if this is her birth name or whatever the case may be. She's an entertainment. We've known her as Raven-Simone since she got up in here. Okay. But all these children sitting up there going through all these changes and carrying on about this name thing, child, yeah. Okay. What are your thoughts about it? Okay. 347-205-9183. Now, the other thing that's on my mind is this, and I really wish I could have gotten somebody from the NAACP to come on. So if y'all listening and really know somebody who's a part of it, or even if you're a member of the NAACP and happen to agree, chime in, because I want to hear your thoughts on this. And that is the Confederacy versus the NAACP. Okay, now, I'm sure this has made national news because here in Atlanta, y'all know we have a place here called Stone Mountain, okay? And for those of you who are not familiar with it, yes, this is the same Stone Mountain from the, Escape the Stone Mountain, the Witches of Stone Mountain, the little movies and things, okay? But this particular park has been under scrutiny because ever since we went through this whole thing about the Confederate flag in South Carolina, and they lowered the flag and carried on, to say that, they want to have a symbol of peace and carrying on because of what the flag supposedly represents, okay? Ever since South Carolina did away with the flag being flown on all the federal buildings and carrying on, Georgia wanted to jump on this motherfucking bandwagon, and that's fine. But these old crazy-ass cows, they want to sit down there. There is a carving on the mountain, okay? The carving is of Jefferson Davis, General Lee, and who was I can't think of the third child name, but all of them were Confederate generals and carried on at the time of the war and all of that. But they are carved on the mountain, okay? Now, the NAACP down here in Georgia want to sit down there, and they absolutely propose that not only do they want the flag lowered at the park, these bastards say cut out the damn mountain, cut that part out of the mountain so that we can do away with this whole Confederacy thing because that shouldn't have been put in the mountain in the first place. Okay? Now, that's the first contention that I had with all of this because that didn't make any fucking sense. Why would you spend that kind of money to cut out that part of the mountain? It did not make sense on the whole. It there just sound like you mad. Oh, and since we're going to get away with what these symbols of racism, we might as well just cut that out. Okay? Then they say you could cut it out and either auction it off or give it to the Smithsonian to preserve the history. That's dumb as fuck. That there is dumb. Okay? Dumb. I said it. Dumb. Now, here's the other contention to that. Okay? Since that has become part of the news, there was a news reporter here with Atlanta Journal-Constitutional, a white guy, mind you, and he wrote an article. I haven't read the article, but it became news, so they went to the article. And they said that in his article, he proposed to make peace, right? And his thing was, well, why don't we go to the mountain and why don't we carve into the mountain a line, just one line from Dr. King's speech when he says, "Let freedom ring from Stone Mountain, Georgia." Okay? Well, the children who saw that and carried on, they pondered over it, and so they decided to take it a step further. The committee, the Stone Mountain Committee, have decided, well, why don't we construct a whole Liberty Bell kind of thing, put that on top of the mountain, and still put down the whole thing, let freedom ring from Stone Mountain, carve that into the bell as a tribute to Dr. Martin Luther King, and then to bring about healing, okay? Now, that sounds like a win-win, right? You got the Confederate thing on the mountain. You got Martin Luther King say, let freedom ring or whatever. You know, they put that at the top, you know. All right, cool. You know. But these bastards at the NAACP, particularly this one particular cat who's a lawyer that's getting all of the flack. I can't call his name right now, but Google it. This fool sits up here and says that ain't enough. That to sit down there, and to put the bell up there, you can't let freedom ring when you got these generals and stuff still in the mountain, right up under it. That there is basically he's saying it ain't good enough. We need to do away with all of that. If we're going to sit down there and do it, we need to do it right. And there needs to be no this, that, and the other about the Confederate, about that, and this, that, and the other. Because Stone Mountain, you know, black folks come here, it overlooks the black community and this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, if you don't shut your motherfucking mouth, I think that is the stupidest thing that has come from his damn mouth. What do you mean? We can't let freedom ring if these carvings are still there. We cannot erase history, children. We cannot erase that. Okay, it happened. The Confederacy was part of the nation of what we call the United States of America now, honey. We cannot erase it because you want to take the carving out the damn mountain. Now, I agree with taking the flag down because the flag has always represented separatism. The North versus the South has always been, you know, this whole separate kind of thing. But like we talked about this before, darlings, under that Confederate flag, we had a number of black folks that fought for that flag, that died under that flag, all in the name of doing what they knew to do. Okay? The Confederate flag, honey, at the time, we did have slaves up under that and carrying on. There were times where we were free, and yet we still had sharecroppers and carrying on, folks who lived here in the South, okay, who knew that Confederate flag. Okay? So we cannot erase that because we disagree with it. It's a part of that history. And what about those who stand by it? Because like with everything, honey, there's good and there's bad. There's some good things that came out of the Confederacy that maybe we're not privy to as black folks because we never saw it. But as black folks, the good that came out of it was those ancestors who was able to stand up and stood and took all that abuse, took all that separatism, took all of that whatever. You know, that's what came out of it. And I'm going to give you something else that came out of that Confederacy. For those who had black Walmart up under Confederacy because there was separatism, black businesses was able to thrive at that time because white folks didn't want shit to do with us. Black businesses and black communities and carrying on thrived when we had a Confederacy. Understand, honey? So now y'all want to sit up here and go through all this about doing away with the flag and shit, honey. But I got something for you, honey. I'm not having it. Okay, so y'all come on up in here and tell me what you think about it, child. Tell me what you think about that. Okay, tell me what you think about it, honey, because I want to get in on this. I want you to come on in on this. And then the other thing that's on my mind, I got folks on the line, so I'm going to come to you. Okay, on the job care, and this is a job that came to me yesterday, and I was like, really? Why is it considered solicitation on your job where you are there and you have a decent amount of care and empathy and compassion for your coworkers, but now businesses are getting together and they are rallying and telling you that this is considered to be solicitation if you take it upon yourself to get a card and sign a bereavement card for somebody who lost a loved one, or want to help out somebody who's on bad times or whatever, if you get around and somebody in your department, done fell on bad times or whatever, okay, and you say, girl, we're going to help you out or whatever, and you go around and have somebody sign the card and they decide to put their money in it. You didn't ask them to put no money in. They just decided to help them out and give them a love offering. Why are jobs saying that you are considered to be soliciting on the job? And that's grounds for termination if you get caught doing it. How about that? How about that? Come on and talk to me, children. Come on and talk to me. I need to know what's happening in the world of going on. Dina 68, are you on the line? Hey, Pearl, I'm standing by on the phone, too. Okay, you at the donut factory. Let me come on. This must be you at this 404. Let me come to you and get you now, honey, so you can say what you need to say. Hello there, my darling. Hey, baby.
Hey, Pearl.
What's up?
At the factory, baby.
Of course. The donut factory, honey, that started to become an assembly line. Now, honey, want you to do mass production and shit.
Full of drones, baby. It ain't in nothing but drones now.
What's on your mind, baby?
Well, we talked about that flag thing yesterday. And like I said, we were not enslaved under that flag. We were enslaved under the American flag. And we still enslaved under that American flag. That flag gives these folks the right to still mistreat us. And we allow it. You say take that flag out. Why not get mad about the other flag? That's the one keeping you oppressed. But your children in school with their hand on their heart coming, I pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to a hot diggity damn boom. Girl, I'm up ready. I'm finna go to run around the studio, child. I'm finna run and leap and jump bounds, honey. Even with my stomach hurt. Wait a minute. Let me pull it in because my stomach's starting to pull. Ooh, wait a minute. Oh, I'm getting too excited. That hurt. Ooh. Okay.
I'm just saying.
Because I'm finna go and take it right there. Because, see, here's something that my friends, they laugh at me when I say this. And that is, I do not fly an American flag in my house. I very rarely do anything that has the stars and stripes together as an American flag. I very rarely buy anything like that. I mean, I do have a couple of pieces because I'm a Wonder Woman nut. But anything that says that it's going to be the absolute flag, I do not buy anything like that. And the reason being is just for that sentence. Okay, as a black man in this country, and I'm gay, I'm intelligent, and I happen to be over 300 pounds, that flag there has been the demise of my people. And even though I love my country and I stand in support of my country because this is the only country that I know, I don't fly that flag because that flag has never represented me. I will fly the diversity flag. Now you give me the rainbow flag and carrying on that looks like the rainbow with the stars and carrying on. I will fly that one because up under that represents everything and everybody because it's a diversity flag. It ain't the gay flag. It celebrate diversity because we have many different cultures, many colors, and everything. I will fly that one before I fly the red, white, and blue. Yes, I will. And folks look at me like I'm crazy, But
see,
that
again,
is where
that comes from. My opinion is we pick the wrong fight sometimes. We pick the wrong fight.
Oh, darling.
I mean, come on, kids our schools suck. Our neighborhoods in complete chaos. We damn near martial law. You're scared to come out the house. You're scared to see your kids in school. You're scared to go to church. You're scared to go to the grocery store. You're scared to go to the bank. But yet, I don't see Kasim Reed in none of the black neighborhoods, but I did see him over there with the other folks.
Ooh, you went there.
Yes, I did.
You went there.
I went there, all the way there.
Oh, you went there. I was going to try to let that one slide on by. Let me give
sir. No, sir. Don't let it slide. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, Samantha. No, ma'am.
I was going to let that go by because for the audience, see, here in Atlanta, we just had a town hall meeting it was the last night or the night before, where our mayor went to one of these communities because the community itself said, we're going to call this meeting and you need to be here because they wanted to talk about the crime and stuff in the area. And on the news, they were saying that most of the folks who attended this meeting or called this meeting have been folks who've been violated. Most of them have been robbed. They've been robbed at gunpoint and carrying on. And it's very interesting that particular neighborhood is not necessarily known to be a neighborhood of complete color. It is one of those affluent neighborhoods, quote unquote, and carrying on. And it's very interesting that's the wheel that got the oil. Where I guess the other wheels are carrying on. You know how shit just squeak for so long, you know how to ignore it, and it became a part of your pattern because you don't think it makes noise anymore. And I think that there is what happened. But you went there, and I was going to let that one go for a minute and come back on that one on the next go-round. But it's interesting that you went there because here we got a lot of folks have been jumped on at the gas stations and carrying on. We got folks getting raped and shit at the bus stops and the train stops and carrying on. And the kids are not, what I'm trying to understand is the comment that the mayor made was, we need to spend the money, whatever we need to do to make sure folks are not living in fear. My question becomes, how come your ass ain't been doing that? Okay, you've been knowing these streets have been like this forever, honey. The crime and stuff, when it was just isolated in the ghettos and in certain parts of the neighborhood, like the South Side or whatever, it was isolated. And it was only contained in quote-unquote, those neighborhoods. And so it just seems as though, there was nothing necessarily done because, we're still up under this guise that there is how they act. If that makes any sense. And now that the crime has trickled, we got the trickle effect, the trickle-down effect, to where it done trickled out into the suburbs of carrying on. Marietta been getting hit. Cobb County been getting hit at these gas stations and shit. They just had on the news out in Cobb County, the children that got shot and carried on, the girl that dropped them off at the gas station in Cobb County. Yeah. So having said all that, we're starting to look at this, and now all of a sudden you say you want to spend money into making sure this and making sure that the police are doing overtime and carrying on. Well, we've been asking that for the longest. So I have a problem with that necessarily. That doesn't strike or ring a cute sound on that bell, honey. That doesn't ring a cute sound on that bell. But this whole thing about that American flag.
Woo! Again, you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? I don't want to pull the race card. I don't like to overuse the race card. But I have to look at the race card. I have to look at it.
You know what? It would be fruitless if we don't. Because it is, again, that becomes one of those points that it is so much in your face to where you overlook it. You know how when you put your keys down in the house and they stare you right in the face? And every time you go to look for your keys, you think you can't find them. And as soon as you sit down and say, okay, let me clear my head, they've been right there in your face all the time. That there is what has happened here. This thing, race has been an issue for so long to where it's real easy to overlook it, and we can sit down there and to make it something else. We done rationalized it. We done internalized it because now, part of the thing has become the internalized racism. No, it ain't the white man doing it, the black man that did it to himself, so the white man ain't got nothing to do. And that is partly true. It's partly true. But you can't look at that piece and not look at it in the whole. Because now, ever since we've been up under this Obama presidency or whatever, racism, the way that we knew it back in the day, has resurfaced. They're not about numbers anymore. It's completely about black and white. And it done got to the point where it done became the have and the have-nots. More the have and the have-nots, and then it started to break off into the black and white thing. Because quiet as it's kept, the blacks who become part of the haves have just become just as bad as those who have because they look down on everything else too. turning their nose down and shit and acting as if they're not supposed to care or acting as if this don't matter or acting as if, and then forgetting that you just got lumped into this same category with the have-nots, child, simply because you black.
Yeah. We've had...
now that's key.
The many discussions that we have had, and I had to tell a black coworker, don't tell me what to do about them kids in the street when you can't control your own kids in your four walls.
Don't you make me holler. Don't you make me holler.
Now, how you going to tell me how to raise my children and yours over there telling you what to do?
See there.
We got to take, it starts at home. We got to be parents again. We got to be grandparents.
That's where it is. Right there. That's where it is.
I'm a grandma. I am a grandmama. I don't go to the clubs on the weekend. I don't party with my children. All my children are grown.
Right.
I don't party with my children. I don't have any business partying with my children, and I know damn well they ain't got no business partying with me.
How about it?
You can't do what I do.
Okay.
So my whole thing, it starts at home. Now, mind you, my children are grown, and they have children. But as a grandmother, it is my job to say, I'm not trying to tell you how to raise them, but you need to stop that nonsense right there in the butt.
Okay.
We don't have the grandmothers anymore, but I am that grandmother. I will spank your behind. And dare your mama or your daddy to say something.
I know that's right. I know. I dare you. I dare you. I dare any child shit.
Pearl, I keep a pocket full of ass whoopers. You don't understand. You
don't
understand. I keep a pocket full of them. I keep a pocket full of ass whoopers.
Okay, and we'll hand them out like peppermints in church, child.
At any given time, we'll give them out for free.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
put the look on your face like you want one. Just put your face. Just put the look on your face like you want one. But we gotta start at home.
Yeah.
We gotta start at home. Half of these kids don't even know much about Martin Luther King Jr. anyway. They just know it's a day out of school.
A day out of school, a day off work, or if I got to go to work, it's holiday pay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kids don't learn that kind of stuff in school no more. They don't even know what Dr. King's speech is.
Right.
They know it's called I Have a Dream.
Right.
And they could probably give you one or two lines out of it. That's it.
Exactly.
That's it.
Not understanding what the nonviolent movement was about, not understanding the sacrifices and all that is. And you know what? That is so true. That there is so true. And I used to be one who used to get upset about the whole Martin Luther King thing because I got tired of blacks. That's all we know is Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, and Malcolm X. That's all we know.
Yeah.
Okay, as far as black history is concerned.
That's your black history, right? It's Frederick Douglass.
Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, Malcolm X. Okay. Every now and again they may throw Frederick Douglass up in there. Okay.
Or George Washington Carver. Washington Carver.
Yeah, you know when they want to be fancy, and then when you got strong women, they'll throw up Harriet Tubman, and but that's it. They won't go to Ida B. Wells. They won't go to Shirley Chisholm. They won't go to any of that. They'll throw up Harriet Tubman, okay, or Sojourner Truth. But because we always talk about them damn slaves and shit, but they won't sit down there and really get into the mass of the struggle. We don't know about black inventors. We don't know about, hell, a lot of folks don't know about Black Wall Street, and carrying on, and the thriving of the communities and stuff.
Do you know?
A lot of folks don't know about that.
Somebody sent me that statement on Facebook the other day. Why is it that I am learning more about black history from a Facebook page than I did in high school?
Than in school. Did you see that? I saw that too. And now I'm gonna tell you something because see, here is where the disparities for me come in because we got so busy trying to make sure we got these fucking academies up and running, all these all-black academies and these so-called academies and these academies, and the academies ain't doing no more than what the fucking public schools are doing.
No.
As far as educating our kids, as far as black history is concerned, as far as preparing them to be job ready. as far as getting them and letting them get the tools that they need in order to be productive citizens. The academies are no better than the damn public schools. So what were they created for? I know back home in Michigan, they created a whole new fucking school system. The Detroit public school system is about to be wiped out because they got this advanced education, whatever the hell this is. They created a whole new system that ain't a hill of beans, child, to what anything is done. And so everybody's sitting there falling through the cracks, and nobody's doing anything to repair it. Well, I won't say nobody. It's just that we're not galvanized to do it. You know, we got a handful of folks, but they got no power behind them.
Our children don't know about their Confederate flag because I am going to tell you, honestly, I didn't know about the Confederate flag. Someone told me it was in a book. So I had to go find the book and read the book.
How about it? Wait a minute. You know what? It's interesting you should say that.
Exactly.
Because, see, here's something about that I did not know about the Stone Mountain thing, because not only does the NAACP have a problem with the Freedom Bell and the whole Martin Luther King thing, is they call themselves the Sons of Confederate Veterans. Okay? They have a problem with the whole putting the bell and stuff up there because they say that it is going to destroy the legacy of what Stone Mountain was supposed to have been for, because Stone Mountain was built to be a memorial for the Confederacy.
Exactly.
Right?
Now, why do you want them to take away something that is a part of their history?
Right.
Tell them it is wrong to display their history, but let us display our history on that.
On that, right. How about that?
You're mad when they take our history away. You mad when they say, well, you know, Black Lives Matter. Well, all lives should matter. Yeah, but all of us ain't really getting killed by the police these days.
Exactly.
Why be mad? Now
you know
say,
what? Here
I want to put Martin Luther King on this, but why? Why? And then
exactly.
Do you remember? You remember a couple months ago? Did you hear about the petition that went out? They wanted to take General leading them off the side of the mountain, put Outkast up there.
Oh, I didn't know they wanted to put Outkast up. What? I didn't know that part of it.
Petition. Yes, there was a petition floating around, and they wanted to put they wanted to have Outkast carved on the side of Stone Mountain because of all their work in the music world. I'm an Outkast fan. Every album, I got it. Yes. But why? But why? If you tell them, okay, I want you to take your flag down, because every time I see it, I think about the way my grandmothers and grandfathers were treated, blah, 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 blah. Okay, when the Klan marches, pay attention. They also have the American flag. I'm just saying.
Out of here.
I'm just saying. So why are you not upset when you walk into your county courthouse and see that American flag, your sons, daughters, brothers, sisters, moms and dads, uncles and aunts, serving in the military under this flag, fighting for the supposed freedoms that you supposedly have, that they don't tell you don't have until you get violated by the law. That right was not necessarily meant for you. Do you know it was put on Facebook that in the Constitution it says if you are convicted of a crime in the United States of America, you are now considered a slave.
Wow.
Exactly. Now, I sat there for a minute and thought about it.
Interesting.
Yeah. Sounds about right. I'm just saying.
Interesting.
Who knew? Now, it's one of those itty-bitty little amendments that goes down. And I meant to write that down and give it to you yesterday because I thought it was so odd. that you are considered a slave once you have been convicted of a crime. It didn't say your crime had to be a felony. It didn't say it had to be murder, manslaughter. It could have been jaywalking. Whatever you've been convicted of, once you have a record, you are considered a slave. Now, I'm going to go back, and I'm going to dig that up, and I'm going to take it to you.
Yeah, you give me that, honey. You give me that.
And in a couple weeks, I want you to bring this back up, and I want you to realize all these black men they got sitting in prison, slaves.
Well, see, you know, that goes to support what we were saying before about prison being the new slavery, because, see, prisons are now, most prisons have become privately owned. You know, they're privately owned, but yet they're taking all this government money because our taxes are sitting up there paying for prisons that are privately owned.
Oh, let me hip you on to the privately owned prison. I got a nephew that's doing 10 years right now. Been in prison 5 years. Call him. He calls me faithfully. I love him to death. Now, he was at one of these privately owned prisons down in South Georgia. Let me tell you what happened. On Saturdays and Sundays, they don't get a meal.
What?
It's basically whatever you got out of the commissary Monday through Friday, because the cafeteria is closed on Saturday and Sunday. So they don't
get out of here
on Saturday. And I swear to God, I put it on everything I love and hold dear to me.
Get out of here.
Auntie, he said, Auntie, can you send me some money? He said, I said, well, yeah, I can. He said, because, you know, we don't eat on Saturday and Sunday. That's what you mean, you don't eat on Saturday and Sunday. He said, well, they don't cook nothing on Saturday and Sunday. We have to, whatever we got out of the commissary, that's what we eat on the weekend.
Oh.
Can they do this? Yeah.
Yeah, it's privately owned.
Can they send them out as labor? Yeah, absolutely. They can.
Wow.
They can. Can they do that? Yeah, privately owned. You work for me. I'm doing you a favor. No, you're not doing me no favor. Remember when they wanted all the Hispanics to self-support themselves, and they were like, we're going to pay people $16 an hour to work in the field, and most of them black men were gone by 12? See, that's what they wanted to do with the ones in jail down in South Georgia was, we will let you work in the field, knock some of your time off, pay some of your fine, but you got to work in these fields. No, you're not. You going to stick these men back in the field?
Right.
You going to stick me in the field? Everybody better look at you. Look around you, pay attention, my friends. Slowly but surely, they're doing it to us. And we are allowing them to do it because we don't know. Am I mad at Raven-Simone about that comment? No, because I've heard some of these children's names. It don't make no sense. Some Tavers and Davises and all that extra stuff. I gave color me bad, Pearl. I gave mine them names. I gave them Jalen and Jeremy. I gave them Zoe and Kylie. Yes, I did. Because in all honesty, now you know when they look at an application.
Exactly.
DeMonte, oh, we already know. You already know.
Exactly. You hear, child, listen.
So why you mad because she said it? But these company owners, these owners and these hiring managers do it already.
Exactly. And that was my point. I said she just supported the point that everybody knows. I said I don't know what y'all upset with her about because she say what we all say to everybody else.
But
I said up there, listen. I love these children dearly, and yes, we should look at the character and their work ethics and their merits. Yes, we all know that. We know that because, hell, what's my baby name? Tamario, okay? And ask him, because when I saw him the other day, honey, when I saw him and I looked at his name, I asked him, I said, who named you? He said, my mama did. I said, I know she did. I said, you tell your mama I told her, I say, that how she going to name you knowing you got to sit up here and get a job? That sounds black. It sounds ethnic, Tamario.
We know it happens. We know it happens.
Okay. What's your baby
how the
name?
Hell is a black
Quantavious. Quantavious. What the fuck kind of name is that?
Because let me tell you, if you send somebody in, we're going to say his name is Grayson. That's a white name, a very white name. His name is Grayson. And you send the Mate in with him. The interview the Mate is going to have is going to be a whole
it's going to be
lot
completely different.
Than the one Grayson had.
Exactly. Now, mind you, and I want to stress this because Rose says, in the tea room, she said Raven has a right to her opinion, but black ain't the only race with ghetto-sounding names. But here's the tip, and you're right, because I've heard some other names that may sound a little jacked up. But there is a difference between tribal names and those names that come from Africa and other communities where you got, because a lot of Asian names, Asian children got them on.
But think about it now.
Fong Tong and
when you put an Asian to fill out an application, he's going to know money. They're normally known to be very smart.
Right.
They work really hard. So you don't have they're not going to have a problem with that.
And you're right. And tribal names and those names that come from Uganda and carrying on, where you got the Umfunfus and all that, those names says that they're immigrants and carrying on, and because of the culture that comes with them of being into math and into sciences and carrying on, they were quick to look at those applications. They're quick to look at those quicker to look at their resumes and et cetera, et cetera. So those kinds of names, that's a little different than these little mammy-made, names that we have. I got a girl, honey. Her name is Stanquisha. Stanquisha. Okay, lovely girl, honey. She worked with me. She's a lovely girl. I love that girl. Child, she's a mess and a half.
But when when the hiring manager sees that name, and if she applied for a front desk, they're going to try to push her into a department such as housekeeping, anything in the house.
Wait a minute, because that's exactly where she is. That's exactly where she is. She's in housekeeping.
Am I right or wrong? No matter how smart she is, they're going to try to push her to the back of the house.
Okay,
now,
and that's not to say that she's that. And for those who, go ahead.
Because.
Go ahead.
You hear? Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now, she may have an IQ higher than Einstein, but they don't know that.
But they don't know it because of the name, exactly.
All because of her name is what's going to make them say, ooh, how is she applying for front desk? What does she look like? Now, it don't help that when you got one of them ethnic, them ghetto names, you walk in and your hair is purple and black or whatever, and you done something that you probably shouldn't have done at this point in time.
You got burgundy yarn in your hair, calling it dookie braids because you think they're supposed to be dreads.
And then when he looks, but when this human resource director looks at you, shakes your hand, she's already got it in her head. Ain't no way I'm going to put this on the front there.
Exactly.
I don't care how, and then when she speaks, Shanquisha may floor you with what she knows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
she'll floor you. She will floor you. Exactly.
And when a guest comes in, they're going to look at you too. Is this what I want the company to be known for? So I'm not mad at Raven. Raven stated her opinion. She stated her, but it's something we all know. If you've been in the workforce long enough, you know.
Exactly.
You know. And you know when you send a kid in with the name of Jeremy, he's already expecting a white boy. So when he sees a black kid standing there, he now knows he don't know what to do with him. Let me fill him out. Let me talk to him and see what he says. When you got these kids that come in that don't know how to dress for job interviews,
right?
Monte is not gonna put on a nice pair of dress pants and a nice shirt and a nice tie. He's not gonna come in. You know where he's coming in? Somewhere in there's a brand new pair of Air Force Ones on his feet.
Right, or Timberlands. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He got his, now mind you, he might have them true legends on. They're gonna be pressed and they're gonna be clean. So come on, really?
Exactly.
When did those type of things stop being taught in school?
Exactly.
Now, when
and then here's the other thing.
It's been 30 years, but we were taught how to fill out an application, how to do a resume, what to do on an interview, what not to do on your interview.
Right.
What is appropriate attire for an interview. Now, what you wear once you get the job, that's on you. Full-fledged M&M monkey suit for all I care. But it's what you show me first.
Right.
That's important. So, no, I'm not mad at Raven-Simone for that. Now, she do say some real wacky stuff sometimes, but no, this time she just said what everybody was thinking.
Yeah, and I said the same thing. I said the exact same thing. Now, this particular go around, I'm like, ooh, girl, yeah.
Don't be scared. State your opinion. It's okay. It's okay if you speak your opinion. It's okay. It's okay. It's just you just showed them that, you know, what they say? They don't fear you when you run around hollering and cussing. It's when you can sit down and talk to them that they fear you.
Exactly.
You're too scared to pull the game on.
Mm-hmm.
Pearl, I'm going to take my donuts out the oven.
Okay.
Run through the glaze. I got a couple of pies I got to slide in here.
Okay.
A couple of cupcakes, baby doll. Samantha, it has been fun and joyous.
All right,
I am praying
baby.
for you on this surgery.
Thanks,
you
sweetie.
Let me know what that doctor say, and let him
Oh,
know.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, because we go in tomorrow morning, so I'll know tomorrow.
And you tell him to get his crew together and get his crew right.
Okay.
No more episodes like last time.
Right. No, child, I done told you this is it. How Michael say it? This is it, honey. This is going to be the last time that we're going to deal with this damn hernia today. Okay, on this go round, honey, because I'm like, you get it right, because we got some shit to do. Okay? Okay.
Damn right. I love you, Pearl.
Love you back, baby. Thanks for coming on in.
Bye-bye, baby.
Bye-bye. All right, baby. Now, y'all heard it right there. She say, honey, y'all that's up there, y'all barking at the wrong flag, child. Barking at the wrong flag, honey. It's the American flag they had you enslaved and carried on. What you got to say about that? 586, come on up in here. You had your hand up for a long time. Come on, baby. 586, what's up, baby? $586-690. All right, I'm going to put you back down. Mm-hmm. All right. So there you have it. What you got? Rose, you say, well, I'm not boycotting BET just because they didn't televise it. You know what? Here is my thing. I wasn't, with the Million Man March and carrying on, my whole thing with that, as far as the media and stuff was concerned for not televising it, honey, who knew about it? And then again, BET is not known. It's not the same BET that it once was. Okay, now we just have to acknowledge that, honey. This was not newsworthy enough for them to pick it up. How come? Maybe I don't know if TV One got it. Let me not jump on them just yet, because I know Roland Martin being a part of TV One family. I don't know if TV One was there or not. However, that's very interesting, but BET is not going to do it. I wonder what happened with Aspire, Aspire with Magic Johnson and carrying on. For what I'm understanding, I thought Magic Johnson owned that particular entity, but what I'm finding out is he's only a part owner, and he's the name that everybody is pushing. Now, it's not necessarily a black-owned company. It just has black investors. Okay. And I need to look into that and find out the truth behind all of that, because if that's truthful, honey, then that's going to be very interesting for me. Okay. But nonetheless, darling, yeah, that there is where we are with that. So I'm very, very, a little bit that way about all of that. So having said that, yeah. Well, okay, let me do this. I'm going to take a small little commercial, and when I come out of this commercial break, if we got anybody else that got to talk, I'm going to let you come on in. If not, I'm going to wrap up because, like I said, we got to get ready to go to the theater and do a little bit of directing and carrying on to Shape Up No Time for the Pain and all of that. So with that in mind, I've got to get ready because we got a couple of things that we need to do with the show. So let me do this. Here, listen to this.
Family ties are shattered and destroyed when fraternal twins Danielle and Eric confront one another on the issues of betrayal, infidelity, and HIV. The new hit stage play, No Time for the Pain, written by author, radio, and television talk show host Big Meech, comes to the ATL November 27th, 28th, and December 4th, 2015 at the South Fulton Arts Center, 4645 Butner Road, in historic College Park. No Time for the Pain, starring Miss Tornero Lynn Fox, Mr. Kevin Flex Dion Moss, and direct from the stars of the century, Mr. Damoni Hall Dickerson. Come on out and have a hand-clapping, finger-snapping, side-cracking good time and experience a myriad of emotions as you look into the lives of people that you may encounter each and every day. For ticket info, go to www.dishingtea.com or dial 248-688-5178. No Time for the Pain, a 5-mode Dishing Tea Entertainment production. Due to the strong coarse language, this production has been rated R.
Double Exposure Media Relations is a full-service public relations, marketing, and artist development firm specializing in urban culture and lifestyle. Spearheaded by the Henry Higgins of hip-hop, Mr. Angelo Ellaby, Double Exposure serves to educate its clients about the dollars and cents of the music industry. For more information about Double Exposure Media Relations, call 201-224-6510. 201-224-6510. Double Exposure Media Relations. The Caribbean American Boys Entertainment. We specialize in jerk and conch food catering, party promotions and emceeing, entertainment with the Caribbean swagger, island fever on the mainland, bam bam. We also provide customized tour guides through gay-friendly Bahamas to all the hot spots of dining and club life events. Mr. Silvano T. DeMarco is the founder and CEO of the CABC. For more information, please contact him at CaribbeanBoysATL@yahoo.com. That's Caribbean Boys with a Z, ATL, at yahoo.com, or on Facebook at Facebook.com/Silvano T. DeMarco. That's Facebook.com/Silvano T. DMARCO. Caribbean American Boys Entertainment. Island Fever on the mainland. Bam bam. Maggie Lee's Community Center offers a unique array of programs designed to improve the lifestyle and well-being of the community. Located at 7700 Puritan Avenue in Detroit, Maggie Lee's Community Center specializes in child care and latchkey services, as well as senior citizen activities and block club functions. For more information about Maggie Lee's Community Center, call 313-737-9042. Maggie Lee's Community Center, giving the people a chance to show how much they have to contribute.
And we are back. If you wish to come on in the last few moments of the conversation, please feel free to dial 347-205-9183. That's 347-205-9183. We're going to go right back to the phone lines. I got 201-568. 201-568. Come on in. Hey, baby, you're dishing tea with Big Meech. How are you?
This is Rode.
Hey, what's up, baby?
So, Roland Martin was there at the Million Man March. His show comes on Monday through Friday. So TV One did not broadcast it either. So anytime Roland was talking about it was on Monday's show. Monday's show was when he was showing, because when stuff goes on and he's there, he doesn't show it until he gets back on air. So so for people to be mad at BET for not airing it, I would say be mad at TV One too, because TV One ain't aired it. It's really, Roland Martin didn't air it till Monday to talk about it, what went on during the weekend. Friday before the Million Man March, he had a special where they talked about as how it's been 20 years since the last one and all that stuff. So he did that before. He did a special before the Million Man March, and then he went there, and then he recorded it. And then Monday, coming back after it, he talked about it. So if anything, if they want to be mad at BET for not televising it, neither did TV One. Even though Roland Martin, talked about it, it's still.
But there was no live coverage, and I got you on that.
Right.
Yeah. I feel the same way because, now let's get into the march itself, because I'm trying to understand, number one, what was the significance of it? Okay. If you're not sitting down here, coming up with ideas and plans of how this was supposed to work, because, hell, it's been 20, 25 years since the last one, and ain't nothing came out of it. I don't even know what the first one was supposed to have done. Outside of, we had the Day of Atonement and carried on, and they did all these cutesy those speeches and all of that, and then riled them up. But after everybody now went back damn home, okay, what is the spark that sits up there and say that these folks were going to sit down and continue on what's supposed to happen? Because it didn't happen 20 years ago. I'm still looking for the businesses that were supposed to have been developed from the money that was raised. When they sat up there and got all them damn buses, everybody paid this money to go down there, and it was supposed to have generated some money, but where are the businesses that had come up out of there? Where are all of the court systems and stuff to help these men with their children who was considered to be deadbeat dads and all of that? Where are the whole folk out there with these boys with these damn sagging ass pants, telling them to pick their damn pants up off the ground and carry it on? Where is all of that? And this is supposed to be the Million Man March.
So
I don't understand. I'm trying to understand what was the significance of it outside of saying that we could come together. We already know we could do that. Hell, I bet you if they had said this was a Million Man March with some free cheese and chicken, honey, they'd have had triple the folks there. Yeah. And that's sad to put it in that kind of reflective, but child, we already know what we're able and capable of doing as far as coming together. So what was the significance of this outside of saying it's 20, 25 years since the last one?
So we talked about this yesterday on my show,
and
they asked me the question. If they asked the question to those who had kids, would you go? Would you have gone? With your child? Would you have gone to the Million Man March? I said if I had a son, I would go. Even though I'm a woman, I still would go. To bond, because these are what fathers do to bond with their children. Not to say they haven't bonded with their children, but these are what fathers. This is the kind of trip fathers take to bond with their sons.
Okay. So I can see that point. Okay, I like that. Okay.
To bond with their sons, because the kids today, what do? One, they sit around, play video games. They don't go outside and play. Or if they do go outside, they're at a friend's house doing the same thing they would do at home. Sit in front of the TV, play video games. They're not interested in going to no Washington, D.C. for no Million Man March. So, to get them to go, the father said this will tells them this will be a bonding experience for all of us. And that right there might say, okay, the son might say, okay, this is a good way for me and my dad to bond. We could talk about any and everything. I won't get yelled at if I tell him something he won't like. It's a bonding experience. That's how I see it.
Okay, and I like that. I like that as part of the foundation of it.
And I can give that.
And
As
I
a
think
matter
that's
of fact,
what it was in the beginning too. When they first did it, it was to show unity of the black men and the black youth together. That's what they was doing, to show unity for that, and for other, reasons, the violence and all that stuff that has been happening. And I think this time around, because of the police brutality that's been going on, they also want to show unity again, and they also want to, get these kids focused and aware of what's been going on, because, kids don't watch the news. They may hear the stories, because, Facebook posts, you on Facebook, you see everything.
Right.
So if them being on Facebook, they'll see stuff posted through being on Facebook. These kids don't watch the news to know what's going on, and most parents don't even talk to their children like they should, so they get all the information on social media. So this is a good bonding experience for the father and son, so he can have that serious talk. And this is one of them talks where, teaching him, if he hasn't already, teaching him how to be a man. And this is what men, these are things that men should do.
Okay. Now, that's a very interesting way to look at it, and I like you for that. But here's my contention with it. It takes a woman to sit down here and to explain that this is supposed to be the Million Man March. I saw more women out there, and I understand I'm standing behind my man and wanting to be the strong woman to stand behind and push the man forward and this, that, and the other. I kind of get that, but at the same time, what I don't get is, if this is supposed to be the Million Man March, where was the leadership completely? And like I said, I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna go on the website. Like I said, it's on the Nation of Islam, NOI.org, and you can watch it in its entirety. Okay, I think it's like 6 hours long. But you can watch what happened and carry on, because I need to hear what is it that they were there to galvanize for and what they are expecting, because I think my expectations are high. I know the first one, which was supposed to be so monumental, I didn't feel included. As a gay man, honey, I did not feel included in that, because nothing that they talked about had anything to do with me. Not nothing. And I said, you know what, And you know what? Never mind. I don't need to be there. Yes, it's going to be a historic moment and blah blah blah, but that didn't do anything. And then after that, I know here in Georgia there's the 100 Black Men Together, or whatever the name of the organization is, that had come up out of that. Okay, that had came up out of that. But yet at the same time, I'm not seeing the effects that had. I'm not seeing what's been happening, from that experience. In fact, I see more division since we had that first Million Man March than ever. Now, with the police brutality and stuff going on, and we got a lot of our young black boys being killed and harassed and carried on, I would have loved to have seen some black police officers stand up, and they sit down there to where we're coming up with some kind of solutions, some kind of something, to where when it was all said and done, that it was going to bring about some kind of change. We're going to galvanize. We're going to bring about some kind of revolution that's going to say we matter. Okay, we got the whole Black Lives Matter, but no, Black men's lives matter. Just like we got Black trans lives matter, we got Black women's lives matter. See, every dynamic needs to sit down there and claim that, because everybody want to get up under this umbrella like all lives matter. Yeah, all lives matter, but see, we got to get specific, because this particular demographic is what's getting done by this way and getting hurt by this way. This particular demographic is completely being ostracized, and this particular life matters too. So we put up under that blanket of all lives matter. We already know that, but all life does not sit down there and get the reverence that's needed because we got too many killings going on. Because if all lives matter, then that means the police officers would know that about black guys and black men. Honey. It means that the heteroattractional person would know that about gay folks. It means that everybody who don't understand what's going on with the transgender community, it means that if all lives matter, but it doesn't because everybody have their own prejudices and their own doo-wops that get in the way of all of that. So every demographic needs to stand up with a banner. Black lives matter. Black men's lives matter. Black women's lives matter. Black children matter. Black trans, black gays, and care. We all need Hispanic, Latino, Ecuadorian lives matter. Every demographic needs to stand up with a banner. And sit down there and deal with what we have to deal with so we can put it in everybody's face. And as far as I'm concerned, if we don't sit down there and do more than just the bonding, I like that they came together for the bonding. That there, I think it's phenomenal that you put it that way. But that there, I believe, is just the start of it. I think that there is something that was part of the foundation to say, let's build on this. Okay, we're going to start this because I get to bring my sons or my nephews and this, that, and the other together so that we can talk about issues and we can sit down here and be a part of history in the making. Now, let's build on that. How do we move from this particular point? Because you still ain't told me, Mr. Farrakhan and all these other leaders and carrying on, what the hell are y'all going to do with getting these boys to pull their goddamn pants up and stop showing their ass every motherfucking where? You still ain't showed me or told me how you're going to sit up there and compete with the streets versus the educational system, because right now it's easy to make a hustle. I can get my hustle on and make more money than I can with a damn degree right now.
Yeah.
And and sit up here and owe all this money in student loans and carrying on. You still ain't told me how I can sit up here and go to school, but yet you gonna tell me that a book that I need to be in this damn class costing me $150. How does a book cost $150 to be a damn textbook? And I'm supposed to be going to school. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I've been there, spending $100 and some dollars on textbooks.
Right.
And you know what the sad part is?
I did that once for my psychology book. My psychology book cost me $150. That was one book. I took 6 classes.
And you know what the sad part is? In most of these classes, the books they tell you to buy, you don't even use it in class.
How about that?
So you just wasted money to buy a book because I've done that. When I was in school, can't remember what class it was, but, on the syllabus, they got the list of the books you're supposed to get.
Right.
So I got those books. Teacher ain't really used the book. So you spend all that money on a book that the teacher ain't really used. So, the school's bookstore has buyback, but you don't get your money's worth on the buyback.
Right.
You spend $150, and you get about... Maybe
65
about
back. Or 50,
or even less than that. You might get 25.
Right.
You might get 25 back.
Right. And you get 25 back if it done went out of print.
Yeah, and then if you looking, even if you don't go to the school's bookstore, other places that sell textbooks do buy back as well, but because it's out of print or it's not out of print, but the edition that's just
the new edition that came out, right?
They don't take that. So now you stuck because I still got textbooks I'm stuck with because the school is not buying it back. I went to Amazon and put it in the code. Amazon's not buying it back. I went to other sites that buy books back. They ain't buying it back. So I'm stuck with let me see. This is, psychology book. That's what I'm stuck with, a psychology book.
Okay.
And that was the 7th edition that I got.
Right.
And they probably
now, I had somebody over here in the studio say, have you tried WeBuyBooks.com? They say, have you tried WeBuyBooks.com?
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
and the only books that I have that I want to keep as my Italian books because I took a class to learn to speak Italian.
Uh-huh.
So those are the only books I want to keep. The other ones I've been trying to get rid of. And every site I went to, they're like, nope, we don't buy this back. Nope. We're not buying back that edition. They have the book, but they're not buying back that edition. So you stuck with it because it's not the edition they want. Because each year, the school changes they get the same book, but they change the edition that they're using in the class. So
exactly.
So now you got to spend another $150 for the next edition, even though the edition you have still has some of the stuff in there, but it's just that there's new stuff added. So with the new edition, you get the new stuff that's added from the old edition.
Okay.
That's the only difference of you having to buy the new book. It's just new stuff was added to the book, but the same information, the old stuff is still in there, just new stuff was added. And that's the only difference.
Okay.
So we had a conversation about the Million Man March, and my other host, I keep calling him co-host, but my other host, he was like, yeah, like you said, what was the purpose of it? It should have went from a moment to a movement. Like this should have became a movement.
Exactly.
Like the first one should have went from a moment to a movement, and then they should have came back when they did the anniversary. Then they should have said, this is what we've done so far since the first one.
So far, I totally agree. Exactly.
Yeah.
I totally agree. Outside of just being a damn T-shirt that say Million Man March, 20th anniversary or 25th anniversary, 10/10/15. That's all I saw. So I know folks done bought them damn shirts and carrying on so they can have some piece of memorabilia from it or whatever.
Any memorabilia people bought or say they was there.
The child, I'm telling you, I want to see what is going to come of it because, again, the difference this year that happened that wasn't there the last time, from what I'm understanding, and for what because the last time they didn't have a stream of it. But for what I've seen no, that's not right because the last time they had it, they did do a live stream. Somebody had covered it. But this particular time, honey, like I said, Reverend Cheeks, honey, Bishop Quabina Rainey Cheeks, he did the pouring of libation, and I know him because he's a spiritual mentor of mine from back in the day. And when he sat up there and said, we thank the LGBT community, because they are a part of us, that there said everything to me because I said, and this, that, and the third. So now that he introduced that, I want to see what the other speakers did to make sure that the LGBT community was included because the first time, honey, we were not.
No.
Right. So I'm going to go and check this out.
You know a lot of most of the men that were there, were preachers and stuff, so they're against homosexuality, so they don't want to
which is my point exactly.
And hear somebody talk about the gay community. They don't want to hear that.
And that's my point, which is why I've got to go through and listen to hear what exactly was said by everybody who was there after he had made that declaration. Because, darling, I'm telling you, I know it got kind of quiet a little bit after he said that because I think he almost ended on that when he closed out his prayer or his pouring of libations and things. And I just wanted to make sure and see where they went from there with that. I'm going to go back and I'm going to check that out. I'm going to have to revisit this particular point on this because I'm telling you, from the last one to now, within them same 20, 25 years, child, I do not see anything, any kind of improvement, any kind of anything from the march.
Nope.
We just have not done it. and we got more black boys that's been killed with black-on-black crime. We already know what's going on in Chicago, and I'll point out Chicago because they have been in the forefront as far as a lot of youth and carrying on, killing each other and things. I'm from Detroit. I know Detroit is in desolation and carrying on, and their crime has increased and all of that kind of stuff. So, you know, since that time, honey, we have not had this anything. And I want to know what the hell is supposed to happen now. Now, we done did it. We done got the anniversary of it. What now? Because this is different from the civil rights movement, because we know what happened there, and every time we do the civil rights movement or whatever, we can see what has happened, what has changed, because since the civil rights movement and those marches and carrying on, we elected an African-skinned president. I can't say African-American because, yes, I can, but he is he's biracial, so he's a black-skinned president, honey, with a black wife, honey. We have the first African-American first lady and carrying on. So since that time, we could see what the progress was. Million Man March,
So
we don't have no points or nothing to say nothing.
So the next 20 years or so, there's going to be another Million Man March. And everybody's going to be still saying the same thing, just like they said this one and the one before. And nothing's still going to be done. It's just going to be a million men just gathering to hear a few men talk.
Right.
That's what it's all going to be.
And they could do that on the street corner, which is what they do all the time, honey. They just spend money to go to the Capitol to do it.
Yeah, because last night on my show, someone said, well, since we're all in different areas, we can all gather in our own area and do the same thing, like the Million Man March. We just ain't got to go to Washington to do it.
Exactly. See, if we sat down there, and if Georgia were to do it and come down here to Georgia's capital, because right now I'm in Atlanta, so we right here. If Michigan did it and took that shit to Lansing, to the capital of Michigan, and you want the capital cities because the capital is where all of the financial decisions are made. That's where your revenue is, with the capital and the treasurer and the state departments and all of that. The capital city is where all the decisions are made. So, yes, galvanize and go to the capitals of the states that you're in. You ain't got to keep going to damn Washington. If you want change, make the change where you are. If you're in the city, go to your city councilman. You can sit down there and rally at the city council building or whatever to get to the mayor's office and then take it to the state, to the governor. There's ways to do about that, to do this, if you're going to say that this is something that you want to do to make this an effort and want to bring about change. But I'm not seeing it, and I want to hear someone else come on and tell me that this was a positive thing for them and what they expect out of it, because the last 20, 25 years, we got nothing.
Yeah, I would love to hear somebody's perspective. Because a friend of mine, he went with his son, and I guess, like I said, it was a good bonding experience for his son, because his son is young. His son is not a teenager, so he's young. So that's different than having a teenager, because teenagers be like, I don't want to go to Washington.
Exactly.
To stand at some Capitol to do what? Listen to somebody speak? No, I don't want to do that, Dad.
Right, and it ain't Tupac, or it ain't Lil Wayne or Young Jeezy or somebody. Right.
And then somebody posted a picture. Russell Simmons, he was there. He don't have a son, but he was there. He posted a picture to show you a few celebrities that were there at the Million Man March. That the media ain't going to talk about that was there if any media covered it. If they ain't see them, they ain't going to talk about them.
Right.
And he showed a picture of a few, I think it was rappers that were there at the Million Man March.
And then the number, they keep wanting to fudge the numbers because they're saying it was only like 400,000. They still refuse to give the children $1 million. Even with the first one, they say the Million Man March, but they shied them 200,000. They keep saying there was only 800,000 folks there.
How How would they know? They counted every single person that was there to know it was 8,000 people. You had a clock there that clocked every person coming in to know that it was 8,000 people.
Yeah, I said y'all just ain't gonna get in them extra 200,000, huh? Yeah. You just ain't gonna say it was $1 million. Huh? Oh, it was 800,000. I said, whatever.
Yep.
Anywho, that there is that. Well, honey, here, let me go ahead on. We're going to close out on that because I like your perspective of the bonding thing. I just want to see what's going to come out of it.
I see it as fathers and sons bonding, especially for fathers who really haven't been in their child's life. This definitely would be a great bonding experience.
I got you, honey. Well, all right. That's going to be that, honey, because, let me sit up here before I got to go take me a B12 and get ready because we got some work to do. So thanks for calling in, baby.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be our show today. Thank you for calling on in, honey, and coming to spill your tea with us. You know, there was one category that I did not get on today that I'm going to save and table for the next time, and that was black folks versus the gay community, because a lot of times, you know, when we say we want to celebrate diversity and things, we got a lot of gay children that want us to sit down and they want us to make sure that everybody understand our cause, but yet when the Black Lives Matter movement started and carrying on, there's not been the gay community to go to the forefront and say we will partner with you and we will stand with you and say that police brutality is wrong because we as gay folks been bashed and carried on. We have not rallied around that, you know, and our Caucasian counterparts seem not to understand that message. So we have this whole disparity between the black and the gay community because black folks are like, okay, you know, you want to say that the civil rights movement and the human rights movement are one and the same, and you know, you don't have to be gay or you don't have to act that way, but I can't change my color. That's always been their argument. But for those of us who are black and gay, we know that this struggle is the same. In fact, in some cases, it's different. It's worse because not only do I got to fight white folks who are racist, I got to fight black folks who want to sit up there and throw the church at me. Okay, so in that, you know, we have this disparity, and I want to get on that so that we can sit down there and see what we can do to bring about change, to bring about a solidarity so that we can all sit down there. When we say we celebrate diversity, we want to make sure that everybody's at the table and that this becomes a social justice thing and not just a one-sided coin effort. So we're going to get on that on the next time. Right now, my darlings, honey, if you love me, tell a friend. Honey, if you hate me, tell an enemy. But do know this, one way, shape, style, form, or fashion, this thing here that I'm doing will move forward. You may finish all of your crumpets, my darlings, because the tea has been dished. And you've been dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meats, honey. Hopefully we will see you guys next week. I will let you guys know as I go to the doctor's appointment tomorrow and we schedule the surgery. I don't know when the surgery is going to be scheduled, but if it's not anytime soon, you guys will see me next week or at the next time, honey. Until then, my darlings, be blessed, and as you are blessed, become a blessing. I'll talk with you soon. Ciao.
Run to Old Navy. One day only today. Summer tees for the whole family are on sale. Just $4 for adults, $3 for kids and toddlers at Old Navy and OldNavy.com. Hurry in or miss out. Ends tonight. Valid 6/29. Select styles only.